I know that if it turns out to be somewhat funny or interesting, then maybe you can edit it down and maybe use it in the whiskey, of course.
I put some. I have a better idea. You know that's oh my leg sound effect. You just put that over and over again.
I don't think I know that.
What?
I don't think I know that.
How are you? Oh my leg! Don't you know that?
I mean,
When some character gets hurt off screen, somebody always screams, "Oh my leg!"
No, but I do know the my cabbages.
I don't know that one.
That's from Avatar, the Last Airbender, where whenever there's like a chasing throughout the town and different parts in like different countries and such, there's always the same guy with the
I remember that guy.
Cabbages, and they're always like, my cabbages.
My cabbages!
All right, well, let's start off with games.
Oh, mine's a repeat,
A repeat.
as obvious, but I haven't played it in a while, so.
When did it come out?
Let me check, but I'm assuming 8 or 9, or even earlier.
8 or 9.
Fuck. I think it's 2007. Yeah, it's 2007.
2007. Okay. Genre.
RPG. Lightish RPG.
RPG light. Where does it take place?
Without getting too specific, in space.
Civilization Beyond Earth.
No,
StarCraft.
I never played StarCraft.
Oh boy.
Also, that's an RTS, not an RPG.
Oh, an RPG. Never mind. In space. RPG in space. Where in space?
The Milky Way Galaxy.
Mass Effect.
Season 1 came out in 2005.
2005, that's a long time. Genre.
I guess sitcom.
Sitcom.
Comedy, so.
I Met Your Mother.
No. I gave up on that a long time ago. This isn't a rewatch.
Never Rains in the Philippines.
The Oscar-winning Never Rains in the Philippines. No, it's not Always Sunny.
2.5 Men.
Oh no. I think I grew beyond it.
The Bundys.
That's,
Family Matters.
no. I think Paramount is like very old and Bundy's is like 90s, I think.
Friends. That's even older.
Actually, I don't know. No, that's also 2000s, I think.
When does it take place?
Contemporary.
Where does it take place?
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but I don't remember the specific city. Although it's not a known city, so.
Does the sitcom revolve around dorks?
Some of the characters are dorks.
Community. Well, it's not the Big Bang Theory.
No. I saw one of those haikus. I'm pretty sure you already said it. You know, Big Bang Theory, but instead of a laugh track, it's a bird screaming in a cup. Hint, you saw it.
And I saw it.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw all of it, but you definitely saw the first. You may
The
have seen.
Office.
Yes. Okay, that is a pretty big hint.
What other sitcom did I finish? It's the only one.
But yeah, I still want to fucking punch Michael Scott in the face so many times. Jesus fucking Christ. He's such this.
But he's such a lovable character.
He's not. He's so despicable. I hate him. And then I realized I might be him, so I hated him even more.
He's despicable. What about Toby?
Toby is the HR guy, right?
Yeah.
Ah, he's
He's the scum of humanity. So that's it, that's all? Just The Office and Mass Effect.
Yeah.
What a time. I saw you finished all the achievements in Fallout New Vegas.
I sent you a screenshot. Then it was a picture on my phone. I finished it. Like some fun facts about it. With the get health by eating food.
Yeah.
You know what I did?
What did you do?
So that's when it was like...
You kept throwing grenades at your feet and eating?
No, something more simple. I took off all my armor, went to some ant, and let the ant hit me, and I just kept eating and kept letting the ant hit me.
Wow. Fantastic. What a way to spend your time.
It was very fast and
You know, some people,
are into that.
yeah, are into that. That's like some people's fetish. Right there.
Getting hit by ants while eating food.
Well, half of that at least. Don't tell me you've never seen a guy stick his dick into like a box full of ants. I don't even believe you.
I may have seen it, but I can't remember.
Okay, I'll admit I haven't seen that, but I saw cockroaches, which is practically the same thing.
Yeah. I would say though that ants are even worse because they're small, so they can get into the beehole.
The bee hole.
Yeah, only bees are not allowed in there. Only bees.
Did you mean to say pee hole?
Yes. I thought that's what I said, but
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Any other fascinating achievements you want to say?
Only one thing about Caravan. Once I actually did learn how to play it, I lost one game. That's it. I won all 30 without just one. With just one.
The challenge is actually learning how to play.
Yeah. And once I learned it, was quite easy. I don't know, maybe the NPC I was playing was a bad NPC, but it was quite easy to win.
Still have no idea how to play Casino. Or Caravan.
What do you mean by casino? Because there's lots of games in casinos.
Casino isn't just one card game. Shows how much I know. When people say counting cards, why is that illegal?
Why it is illegal is different.
You're not allowed to count cards, but this is literally a game about counting cards.
No, when you refer to counting cards, they mean you count how many cards are in a deck and what are the probabilities of the next hit being.
And that's not a valid strategy?
It is a valid strategy, just not legal.
It's not legal because it works, I'm guessing.
It's not illegal, but they will throw you out for the casino. You won't get charged. You won't get police filed or anything.
Well, they can throw you out for anything they want because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
their property. They're allowed to do whatever they want.
Exactly, and counting
You start
cards.
winning too much, they throw you out. That's why there's no reason to ever gamble.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're like a high roller, they will still allow you because once in a while you're gonna bust. I think.
I mean, the probabilities are stacked against you. Unless you count them.
Which you can't.
But they can't even prove it. They can just say that you're counting cards
Yeah.
and they're going to throw you out.
Mhm.
So, like, this guy's winning. He's counting cards. Get him out of here. That's very shady. But again, I guess we're talking about casinos.
Talking about Vegas, maybe. Also, I just read recently that Ben Affleck, the actor, was banned from one of the casinos in Las Vegas because he was caught counting cards.
I also saw that. There's the chips thing.
I mean, every game you play with chips,
Okay, so the chips are just like,
currency.
okay. Why do casinos need in-game currency? That's the other question.
Maybe because, as in video games, you don't buy the item, you buy coins.
To buy
Buy
items.
that,
Yeah, but that's more like a psychological strategy.
Exactly.
It's like you're not spending real money, you're spending in-game virtual currency that you bought with real money. That it separates you from the real money.
Same thing, I assume. Although there is more one-to-one, if you give $100, you get $100 chip.
Yeah.
So it's more one-to-one there. Also, they
Do
don't.
we have loot box casinos?
Also, they don't have any clocks in casinos,
Don't have any clocks, so you can't tell the time.
and of course
Do they confiscate your
yeah,
watch?
of course, you're allowed to have your own watch or your phone, but there's no watches on the walls.
Well, everybody walks around with a fucking watch in their wallet nowadays. Not in their wallet, but in their pocket.
But you don't check your phone every 5 minutes. Well, some people do it. If you're
Maybe check every hour.
if you're in the heat of the moment, you're on the winning streak. You just don't check it. I read that one of the best games for a beginner to play in Vegas or the casino is craps. I don't know how to play it.
Crabs.
No, craps.
Crabs.
They said because it's easy to learn, although I didn't even try to learn it yet. It's with die. And also, die is one of the parts in it. And also because you don't play against other people, all of you are playing against the house. So it's kind of more friendly. You don't get mad at the other person, you get mad at the house.
And the house always wins. What about the one of the roulette? The roulette table. What's that? Is that literally just people betting on one number? It's like, I bet it's gonna be a 13. I bet $100.
You can do that. You can bet on literally one number. But, it's a grid. and you can bet on like the cross like here. So that would mean like you bet on each of these 4 numbers. But then again, if you put all of your money on one number, you get more payout. If you put it on the 4 numbers, you still win, but not as much. You can also put only on 2, like the line separating the 2 numbers, so that you bet on those 2. You can also play on black or red. So if it's any number, but if it's red or black, you win.
But at the end of the day, there's no real strategy in it. It's just
it's no real strategy.
You're just increasing your chances of winning by going from 1 out of how many numbers are on a roulette? 50.
I forgot. If it is 50, it's 50 plus 2 because there's 0 and double 0, which you can also bet on if you want.
So you're going from 1 over 52 to 4 over 52. I mean, you're increasing your chances a lot, but they're still small chances.
And the most easy way would be to bet on black or red, but the payout isn't as good.
You get like, what? You get your money back plus like what? 1% of how much you bet.
Something like that. I didn't actually read percentages. I don't know the exact percentages.
So even then, if you keep doing that, you're gonna end up with a loss because half the time you're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's actually not even. Wait, no, you're correct that half the time you will lose because you won't win half the time because there's also the 2 zeros.
That's true. So it's less than 50%. You win less than 50% of the time, more like in 49, 48% of the time.
You win and more you lose. Yeah.
I learned something new about casinos now. Is that
there's
more reasons why I should never go to a casino.
I would love to go to a casino, but then I would do the thing where, before I step inside, I would be like, okay, this money I'm okay with losing. And I would set that amount of money. So if I lose that amount of money, I'm gonna stop.
And what if you, go in with a set of money, you double your money, then you lose the amount that you've doubled, so you're back to your normal state, and then you keep playing just to get back to that double amount of money, but you lose everything.
Once I step inside, I'm ready to say goodbye to this money. That's $500. I'm prepared to say goodbye to $500. If I win, that's good. If I lose $500,
in Jeopardy, I know maybe you know this story, that one guy went into Jeopardy with the idea that he's gonna win enough money to buy a wedding ring, and when he got to that amount of money, he just kept his mouth shut throughout the entire thing so he can keep his money. And then they changed the rules after that.
Only the highest number winner would actually get the money.
Yeah, only the person with the highest score.
Yeah, would get the money. Which is weird because I assume that's how it was all from the beginning.
No. They learned their mistakes.
But he fucked up. Why? Oh yeah, because you could lose money there.
Yeah, you could. That's why he kept his mouth shut. I mean, that's probably what I would have done as well. If I got to a large enough amount of money, I was like, at one point I'd say, this is the moment where I should shut up.
And in Jeopardy, one of the mini games there is that you can bet an amount of money. You just bet $1.
Yeah, but you're not gonna win anything. So, wasn't there? Have you seen that video with? I'm not sure what show it was, but they had a giant wheel.
Wheel of Fortune?
I guess it was Wheel of Fortune, and it was a big deal because 3 people won $20,000 in a row, which has never happened in that show's history.
I don't think I read about this one.
It's like 3 people landed on $10,000, one after another.
And they changed some rules, they changed the wheel.
I don't think they changed any rules, it was just super unlikely. But people were losing their minds.
One of the game shows I could never really understand. I can understand Wheel of Fortune, I can understand Jeopardy, I can understand. But I could never understand Price is Right.
I know the Price is Right. You have to say the price of an item and get as close as possible.
I understand the logic. I understand the rule, the basic rule. Yeah. But I could just never understand the excitement for the game because there's no real strategy there. I know Aaron Paul, Jesse from Breaking Bad, before he got famous, he was on Price is Right. And he was so fucking excited to meet the host. I don't remember who the host was, but I know that there's an unwritten rule that if you say this item is $500, then if I say $501, my chances of winning are better than yours. But I'm not sure if it's illegal to do that. It's just like just don't be a dick.
Yeah. Why not? I don't understand why not. Just be a dick. Who cares? You're gonna win money. That's the point of the game. It's a game. People lose,
How
people
can you
win.
even prepare for prices right?
You just need to go on Amazon and get a good understanding of what
This is before.
average things cost.
I mean, this show started before Amazon. So.
Yeah, that was like they didn't have the foresight to think that the internet's gonna take over everything.
So how do you prepare for this?
I just told you.
Let's do
You
it
go to
on
Amazon. Without Amazon, you go to the shop and just look at all the prices.
Something irks me about this game. I don't know what.
Because it's kind of a stupid concept to begin with.
Maybe it's because the embodiment of capitalism.
I don't know if it's the embodiment of it, but
Buy shit to.
it's definitely related to it in a way. Tangentially.
Yeah, I can understand all the other ones because it's trivia games. Oh yeah.
All the other ones are also like rooted in capitalism. The point of it is to get money. If this was
Yeah.
communism, money wouldn't be worth anything.
Yeah, but you win money by actually knowing. I was about to say knowing stuff, but here you also know stuff.
It's all about knowing stuff, man.
Okay, another like little tangential of the story because it irked me to no end. I don't know why. Like, I actually got mad.
Oh.
So we played a game called Kuchu, which is like a drinking game with cards. I may have told you about it. But
Yeah.
I won the cards, and each card has a different rule.
Yeah.
But won the card, if you drew it, you can impose a rule, or you have to impose a rule. And it can be simple as scratch your nose when somebody says something, or before drinking something, do something. And I wanted to bring in some positivity. So I said the rule is before you drink, you have to say a compliment to somebody in the room, besides yourself, of course.
That was the only thing nobody could do.
It is actually harder than I thought. Whatever. And one of Eddie's compliments to Lori
Yeah.
was that Lori has such an open mind when it comes to music, or he has such a varied taste in music.
Uh-huh.
I got mad. Because whenever Lori is in charge of putting music, it's the same 15 songs over and over and over again. For the last
It's
fucking...
All Stars just 15 times in a row.
It would be better. It's from Evanescence, Wake Me Up. They listen to it unironically. Listen to Wake Me Up unironically. I don't know, Breaking Benjamin, Three Doors Down, just these songs that I heard so many times, too many times. And then I was like, you know what, I don't know, hey, can I put a song? Sure. And I put them,
Kanye West.
no. I put them, remember that band I showed you, Everything?
Yeah.
Fortune 500?
Yeah.
I didn't put Fortune 500, I put Habsburg Lip, or Habsburg Lips. And I know the song is like 3 minutes. And I put in the song, went to the bathroom, which was like 1 minute max, came back, it was a different song. I'm like, you changed it. Oh no, it ended. How could it end in 1 minute?
You should have put Blast Doors.
Like, he has such a varied taste in music. And I do something, different. I'm shunned. Man,
People don't like difference. They
oh,
like the thing that they're familiar with, comfortable with.
Oh my god, that's really hurt me.
Now for the second part of the game, it's my turn.
My cabbages!
First of all, tell me, how many stuff did you do?
Finish the series, watch the movie, play the new game.
So, okay. What should we start with?
Let's start with the movie.
Let's start with the game, because that's the one I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get.
Okay. Start with the game. It's a new game.
Of course, I don't know it.
The new game is made by the developers of FTL.
Into the Breach.
There you go. He knows it instantly.
If you tell me anything about the game itself, I would have no idea. I just saw the title from Miniature Nerd. He played it, and I know. Into the Breach, made by people from FTL.
I was playing it before you showed up. At first I thought it's gonna be kind of boring because it's just like the rules seem to be too easy and there's not really much strategy involved, but then I started playing it and I'm like, oh my god, it's like playing chess. The rules are easy, but once you start playing, you're just like, oh my god, I have to move this there, and it's like, wait, if I do that, this is gonna kill that, and I'm like,
So I know that FTL is managing a spaceship.
Yeah.
What's Into the Breach?
Into the Breach is basically, I can't really think of an analogy, an analog to Into the Breach, other than literally chess, where you have units, and each unit does a specific thing, has specific powers, and each enemy unit has specific powers, and the point is to defend both your units and the environment around you.
Okay, story-wise, like how FTL was spaceship.
Yeah.
What's Into the Breach?
Story-wise, you're playing a time traveler who goes back in time, and I'm not sure if this is Earth. It might be Earth, let's say it's Earth. And you're going back in time to save the Earth from the alien menace, but it's not Earth. It's probably a completely different planet. You're going back to save this completely different planet, and you need to go through some steps, and at the end you destroy the hive. That's the end game. There's a big old mission. It's hard. I haven't done that yet because I failed. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And there's a lot of different units that do a lot of different things, and pretty much every unit requires different kind of strategy and thinking to how you use them. And it gets pretty insane.
Is it easier than FTL or hard?
Oh, it's easier than FTL. It's easier and also it's less annoying to play as well. And there is more stuff to do as well. Because each unit has upgrades, and you have to allocate the upgrades, do I want this? Do I want that?
A couple times I thought that maybe I should try FTL, but then I remembered how people kept saying how difficult it is. So
I've played FTL. I think I've managed to beat the mothership once. And after I did it once, I was like, well, no need to play this game anymore. Moving on to a movie.
So you want to start with the movie?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you play Into the Breach anyway, so.
Okay, when did it come out?
Last year.
Genre?
Adventure.
Comedy?
Family, comedy, adventure.
Jumanji?
No.
Place? Setting?
Mexico.
Mexico?
Yep, it's Mexico.
Is that a well-known movie?
Oh yeah, won the Oscars.
Wait, won the Oscars?
Won some part of the Oscars, yeah.
Not any movie that takes place in Mexico. Main actor?
You don't...
Check it!
It's a child, you don't know it.
Oh. Contemporary?
Not really.
As in?
It's hard to tell when the events take place. I haven't seen... Well, maybe I have seen Electricity. Rarely. It's pretty close to contemporary, but I wouldn't say it's literally contemporary.
You mentioned you barely saw Electricity. That would put
People, I barely saw Electricity. I don't know because this part of the movie where it takes place has no access to electricity, or because it's a village kind of. It takes place in a village in Mexico, and I don't know. Maybe they just don't have the necessities to make a widespread use of electricity.
It's not bad. I know this movie.
You definitely know this movie.
Give me a hint. I don't know.
It's an animation.
Animation.
Collaboration between Pixar and Disney, unless I'm completely wrong and Disney bought Pixar in the last few months or something.
I was about to say Moana, but
It's not Moana, because that's not Mexico.
yeah.
That's Polynesia, my friend.
So Moana is 2016? What?
Yeah, is it?
Maybe.
2 years ago.
I'm maybe wrong. Okay, so it's Disney Pixar. Oh, I heard of it. I forgot its names. Coco something?
It's Coco.
Oh, that's what it's called?
That's
Coco?
what it's called, yeah.
Okay, Coco.
It's Coco. Saw Coco. It was pretty good. It was very good, actually. It was very charming. Good sound. It looked nice. Characters were interesting. The premise was interesting. Although the story does have some gaping plot holes that I've only realized after like a few hours after seeing the movie.
I'm not really that interested in watching it, or if I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it.
It won an Oscar.
Or,
If you ever feel the need to take a break from your pessimistic, shallow life, watch Coco.
okay, and series?
Finish the series. You already know. Think of all the series I've started. Which one I finished?
Hunter x Hunter.
No,
First anime or
it's not anime.
have you? No, last time we spoke of it, but you haven't started it. Altered Carbon.
No,
Um,
that's the next one on my list.
something you started. Those tapes with American murder trial tapes.
No.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, but
Not
that was a while ago. Pretty past that.
well,
I'm
maybe
pretty
it's-
sure I'm not gonna finish those.
Okay, give me some stuff. When did it come out?
First season came out in 2010.
And you already mentioned this to me.
Oh yeah. And you've seen it and you liked it as well.
Oh, I seen it.
And you loved it. You saw it on a weekly basis. You saw it as it came out, that's how much you liked it.
Okay, wait. So it's not an anime.
No.
Breaking Bad?
No!
Yeah, that was 2008. That's 2008. I can't remember 2010. But
It was a good year, 2010. The turn of the millennia. Not really.
since Scott Pilgrim came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say Westworld because that's the last thing I watched on a weekly basis. But that's
Westworld. When is
that's
the second season of Westworld coming out?
April 22nd, I think.
April? When is that?
Next month.
Next month, on the 22nd.
It's March now.
Do you think I keep track of months? Like, I can't believe we're already 1/4 the way through this year.
Okay, give me some other hints.
Oh, ask me something.
Okay, setting.
Europe.
Sherlock.
Yes. Man, you two, that's all you needed to know.
And what other things come out?
Well, there's that one series that takes place in Norway and it's about, like, criminals.
Vikings.
No. I mean, there's Vikings, but there's also Oxfo or something? Ox?
Wait, at first you said cripples.
Criminals.
Oh. Something flower.
No, it's Ox something. Ox is something.
There's Oz.
No, it's not
Criminal.
Oz.
Lily flower.
Lily Flower as well. There's also Peaky Blinders.
That's. Oh, you're talking about Europe. Yeah, Big Fighters. You
Casa de la Papel takes place in Spain.
Utopia takes place in Britain.
Zootopia?
Utopia.
What's Utopia?
I mentioned that series that was kinda so I finished the first season, but I haven't continued. The one where they had the misconception about overpopulation.
Black Panther.
That's Africa.
Well, you know what they say. What is Africa other than an extension of Europe?
Europe's playing ground. Europe's sand dump.
Sand dump. That's where we dump our sand. Why do you think the Sahara Desert is so big?
Because we just got rid of it. Just put it there.
Got rid of all our sand.
We were in Croatia. Did you see sand there?
Yes.
I did. Actually, yeah, we did.
That's because they're in the process of removing it. Because why wouldn't you want all your sand to be centralized in Central Africa?
Hey, you want sand, you know where to look for it.
Is the Sahara in Central Africa? Maybe the gravitational center point of Africa if you were to balance it on a finger.
It's so out of your ass. There you go, you just answered my question.
Morocco is on the east. No, it's on the west
West.
side of Africa.
Yeah.
The failed state of Morocco.
There's the Morocco, close to, I was about to say France.
French France?
French France.
Oh my god, not to be confused with British France.
Or general in the World War One, British Army who hated the French and whose name was John French. But look it up, it's real.
John French.
He hated the French and he was sent to help the French.
By the British.
Well, he was British.
Wow. Nobody would suspect a thing.
Why would they miss this? They were allies.
But he still hated them.
They hated them.
Where were we?
Sherlock.
Sherlock. Oh yeah, finished Sherlock.
Refinish it.
Refinished it, yeah.
So instead of watching something good... wait, I was gonna
Sherlock
say-
is good.
Yeah. Okay, so instead of watching something that you haven't seen before, like
Well,
Evangelion.
Adam hasn't seen Sherlock, and I said, well, we have to watch Sherlock. Plus, I feel like rewatching it because I forgot a lot of it, and turns out I did forget a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know, I always
Next
have.
on the list, Evangelion.
You know, I always have this autistic tendency where if I like a character in a movie or a show,
You
I
draw
just-
Rule 34 of
no,
it.
I just by reflex it rubs off on me and I start to
You
imitate them.
uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's annoying because it's autistic and stuff. And also Adam started doing that as well, but it was so annoying.
Listen, I'm an alcoholic. I like Max Payne.
Yeah, you start to emulate him.
I was about to try to make a long quote, dark, without then just stressed. Fuck it, it's not gonna be as cool as him.
It's like, I would know good from evil if good was fucking my sister and evil was donating to charity. Or the other way around.
I watched Call Me Kevin play Max Payne 1.
Yeah.
And I know somehow he fucked up the installation. So the audio is just fucked. Like it makes no sense. Like I don't know what. Oh, the dying scream of people.
Yeah.
It's just like a warp, the same warp every single time. And he said, I realized something was fucked up when instead of like a bomb, I heard like a car honk.
You should replace every enemy dying sound with the Owen Whistle going, wow.
Or Tim Allen's grunts.
Okay, that's enough.
So one of the scariest things I ever saw was the Morrowind, but every single sound effect is replaced with Tim Allen grunts. That's really horrifying.
Well, then you haven't seen a Mountain Blade mod where it replaces all the ground textures with stretched out face textures.
I may have seen that one.
I have a really squeaky chair.
My cabbages!
While coming here, I was listening to PKA, and the host was Ice Poseidon.
Oh, I fucking love that guy. How many people did you like in your childhood that turned out to be losers? There's Only Use Me Blade.
Oh yeah, the only using Blade. Yeah, that's one.
PewDiePie. No.
Actually, I didn't like PewDiePie before. Now I like him.
Oh my god.
I'm on the verge of subscribing.
I'm on the other way. He's so far beyond the things that I find interesting that I just don't see liking him ever again.
You like memes, right?
Well, you got me with that one.
Then watch his meme reviews.
I don't want to watch someone's meme reviews.
Or Le Y.
Okay, you lost me.
Which means last week I asked you to show me memes or something like that. I don't remember.
That just sounds disgusting. Please stop talking about
It's
it.
actually amazing.
Like, what is the demographic of people that watch reaction channels?
Kids. I don't know, but
That's like the rule of the
old
internet.
enough to understand basic English.
That's like the rule of the internet, right? If you see something
And you don't
as a
understand.
Westerner that is way too popular and you don't understand why it's that popular, it's because it's watched by either an army of kids or an army of foreigners.
Chinese.
Or an army of foreigners who have yet to
Mostly
adapt to
Chinese.
actual good comedy.
Mostly
No,
Chinese.
I've seen not developers. I've seen creators from different countries. Spain, Portugal, Romania, Russia. They're all following in the footsteps of American creators. They're all just going through their phases. Right now they're at the Ray William Johnson phase. And it's sad.
Well, the new Twitch term of agreements, the TOS.
What did they do this time?
One of the terms of agreement, one of the new rules was that the streamer is somewhat responsible for what its audience, his or her audience, does or says.
Does or says what in real life?
Or types or.
You're responsible for what your audience types in your chat.
I think they were thinking more like, like if your audience goes to another streamer and they say shit.
Rating.
Yeah, rating. Then it's also your fault.
I mean, you can hardly control it most of the time. I understand that if it was encouraged by the streamer, then yeah, that should definitely be illegal. But if some shithead just goes and says some bad stuff in my name, then how am I supposed to control it? It's not like I can ban him on the other person's chat.
I mean, in the comments they said something that it's more along of that line. It's if it's encouraged, then you're at fault. If you're trying not to.
And how do you prove that it's encouraged? Isn't that a bit subjective?
And I like that one of the comments was like, right now people are freaking out about the Twitch TOS while Ice Poseidon on another streaming service is shooting a Roman candle at his Tinder date.
Did he get banned on Twitch?
Oh, a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, he was doing YouTube Live, and
he got banned on YouTube Live.
I don't think he's banned on YouTube Live. I'm not sure if he's only doing YouTube Live. I know that sometimes he does chatterbait. He doesn't jerk himself off, but he hires prostitutes.
Yes, people do that.
He has prostitutes. He doesn't even fuck them. He just makes fun of them, or just has fun with them.
Makes fun of them and has fun with them.
And one of the videos was, so the camera was above waist, so you could already see chest, so nothing on lower. But he had like the one of those Itachi ones.
Yeah.
And he was like masturbating a prostitute, a chatterbait.
And people ask me why I don't like Ice Poseidon.
Technically he's doing nothing wrong. And he's doing it
Isn't he though?
In a website specifically for sexual content.
Yeah, but isn't he though?
And he pays them. And honestly, wouldn't the prostitute much prefer this than whatever other clients would probably want?
I don't know. Does she want to be live on the internet?
They don't know it's recorded.
Alright, well that's a bit, that's actually illegal.
He said, what are you going to do? Sue me?
Yes, they have all the rights in the world to sue.
I'm going to sue them back for being a prostitute.
Is it like, wait a minute, so, where does he live?
LA, I think?
Is prostitution legal in LA?
No.
Well then what he's doing is also illegal. If you were to snitch on them, you're technically doing two illegal things.
He doesn't fuck them.
But he hires them. He pays for their services.
Yeah, but it's not sex.
But isn't it though? She was masturbating her on stream. Is that technically not sex?
What's the definition of sex?
The biological one or the legal one? Make up your mind. Legally, if you look at a person, that's sex.
I've gotten pregnant. Must have gotten pregnant so many women and men.
No, because you have glasses, you have protection.
Ah, okay. I can't be charged with rape. I can't be charged of rape.
Thank God for that. That's the last thing we want.
Next week, on the news, serial rapist caught claims he didn't rape them because he has glasses.
Jury finds him innocent.
My cabbages!
Donald Trump recently visited China. I'm not sure if he visited, but he talked with the Prime Minister, President, Great Dictator. I don't even know what his title is. But he talked with the Xi Jinping, what was his name? Talked with them. In China, they don't have presidential terms. They've abolished that.
Oh, you sent me the screenshot.
Yeah. They don't have presidential terms. And Donald Trump said he's very proud of them. And it's a really good idea, and maybe we should give that a try in America.
If it did that in 2020, Obama would win again.
It's like, is he trying to just get out of this shitty situation that he's found himself in? Like, he's thinking up ways, like, what is the worst thing I could say as the leader of the free world today to get me closer to my goal to stop being the leader of the free world? Without
actually causing nuclear annihilation.
Without that, of course, because then his shares would plummet. You wouldn't want that.
What do you say when you want to start a fight? Hey guys, I want to start a fight. He should just, hey, I want to resign.
But he doesn't want to make it obvious, because then he's going to make him look weak.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't want to hurt his ego.
There's a lot of shit going on in America right now. I saw a really interesting documentary called Hypernormalization. It was a 3-hour-long documentary. It's about practically what's going on recently, but like from a historical context. It's talking about all the way from Cuban Missile Crisis to present day.
Like how horrible, not necessarily horrible things, like really big things.
Like really big bad things can cause these shifts in cultural views and just how people become more desensitized to all this bad shit happening around them. And it was super, super interesting. I would really recommend it. Hypernormalization. Really cool. It's 3 hours long, so you might want to
get some popcorn.
Allocate some afternoon, one afternoon for it, but it's really good. A lot of it, though, is founded on stuff that is not really testable. Like, it makes a lot of claims that you can't test, literally because of the nature of the claims, because it implies people in bad power are doing shady things. You can't really test that, because the data doesn't exist, unless you are a person in that position.
Or couldn't they just look at past events and make an educated guess?
Oh, an educated guess isn't science. It's induction. You're getting to a result from incomplete information. So yeah, it's a lot of
subjects like this. That's the best you can.
That's the best you can do. Yeah, exactly. But you know, take it with a grain of salt.
You mentioned the Cuban Missile Crisis, and since I saw the history. So what was it? What's with the hypernormalization and the Cuban Missile Crisis? Like U.S. citizens were like, nah, it's just missiles in Cuba. That's normal. Was it that?
No, not really. But they were talking about the hippie movement and how you have this generation of young trying to make a difference in the world. But at one point in their lives, pretty much every single one of them realized that the world is a lot more complicated than they thought it's going to be. And every single one of them diverted their attention and resources to things that don't matter. They figured that the easiest way to deal with the complex nature of our world is to just ignore it and concentrate on things you do have strength over. Like, there was one social activist who was really, really outspoken in the community, and then she just went on to do fitness videos.
That can be your goal even without this warped vision of reality. So.
Yeah,
or
but
this illusion being
it explores
crashed.
the concept of self-defeatism.
So basically just describe me without the second part.
Without the fitness part, yeah.
No, without the actually doing something part.
My cabbages!
They found a bottle drifting through the ocean.
One of the oldest messages in the box, I didn't read the content of it. Or
The content of it was actually, it's part of an experiment. They were testing to see how long it takes for the ocean currents to carry content. And that's what the message in the bottle was basically data. It was like, this bottle was thrown on the data, blah, 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 by Captain something or other. Well, it took a while before we got the data from that one, but I guess we know the conclusion now.
so how long did it take?
139 years or something like that.
I was surprised it's the oldest message in the box we found.
You think that's surprising?
For some reason I thought when I saw the title, I thought it was going to be like when were bottles first created?
Glass is a pretty old invention.
I don't know, 1500s I thought or something.
Well, when did we start to colonize the New World? 15th century? Like 1460 something.
No, 1495 was when Columbus discovered.
1495? That late?
Pretty sure it was
I
1495.
thought it was 1460 something.
I'm pretty sure 1495 was
I have to look it up.
when Columbus rediscovered.
Okay, but the Vikings discovered it before him, so... And then the lizard people before the Vikings, and you know the story. It's Italian explorer?
Oh yeah, he was. I thought we were playing the trivia game, and I thought he was Portuguese. But he's Italian. I thought that he went to Portuguese and they gave him the...
Born in Italy, I guess.
They gave him the
goods. He's actually Genoese, not even Italian, because he was born in Genoa. Anyway, when did he get to America?
Not 30
Voyages. First voyage. 1492.
1492. Oh, I was just 3 years off.
It's like, this is the problem when I play EU4. I always discover the new world faster than it was historically supposed to.
There was in the Trivial Pursuit game that I played with Simena. There's one part of the game where there's 2 answers and there's always the same 2 answers, but the questions change and you have to choose A or B. And there was one series that the 2 answers were Magellan,
Yeah.
and Columbus.
Yeah.
I think
Magellan was the one who circumnavigated
Yeah.
the globe.
I think the total was 5 questions. I think I only got 4 correctly.
What were the questions?
I don't remember on top of my head. One of them was who was the first to circumnavigate the one. Other one who rediscovered America. Oh, there's one with the 2 questions, the 2 answers: black holes and supernovas. 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. You?
Me, Simena.
0 out of 5.
At least 1, maybe 2 out of 5.
What were the questions for black holes and supernovas?
I mean, some of them were very basic.
Ah, okay.
Very basic. One of them was light can't escape from it.
Ah.
She missed that one. It was like a Hungarian trivia show thingy.
Hungarian.
And then, first of all, I didn't understand the question. So, of course, there I lost a lot.
I mean, I don't know anything about Hungary other than the Treaty of Trianon, John von Neumann, Paul Erdős, the Revolution, its contribution to the Second World War, its contribution to the First World War. That's about it. What else came out of Hungary?
The guy who made the pencil, not the pencil, the peaks.
The what?
Pen.
Peaks.
Pen.
Oh, the peak pen.
Big pen, but you know we got peaks.
He invented it? That's not a Japanese guy who came up with the big pen?
No, it's a Hungarian guy. Also, Beak. I think his name was something with Beak, but it was shortened to Beak.
I see.
That was it one of the main scientists who made the nukes Hungarian?
John von Neumann worked on the Manhattan Project and he was Hungarian.
Oh,
But he didn't literally make the nukes. They were allowed. It's like a group effort.
yeah, of course. I'm just saying.
Robert Oppenheimer was mostly credited with it.
Yeah.
But he wasn't Hungarian, as far as I know. No, he was definitely not Hungarian.
If anything, he was German.
Yeah.
He wasn't, but just by name. I think he wasn't.
There's no way he was German. If he was German, he'd be in Germany. Then we'd be in big trouble.
My cabbages!
I showed off my new
Penis.
my new ALS skills.
ALS? What's
No,
ALS?
sorry, not ALS. ASL, American Sign Language.
Oh my god.
Do you remember them? I do.
I remember bullshit.
Actually, that's the
I remember whore.
Oh, I forgot that one.
That was an easy one.
No, when I did whore or slut, I did this one.
Oh.
Very good.
Yeah, very good topic of conversation. Yeah. Sign languages.
My cabbages!
I had a period in middle school I was very into magic. Then I left it. And then at some point in high school I also was very into it.
Yeah.
And then left it again.
Yep.
And then in college again, I was very into it. Oh, I remember another thing. At one time, street magic was in vogue. So one day I actually went outside.
And did magic on the streets?
And basically accosted somebody.
To show them a magic trick?
Yeah. Of course, it's a pretty girl.
Of course.
And I went up to her like, hey, what's a magic trick? She's like, I don't have money. No, I'm not asking for money, I just want to see a trick. She's like, I did the trick, it went well. Like, oh, cool. And she was expecting me to ask her for some money. I was like, okay, goodbye. That was the first and only time I did street magic.
The fuck got into you? You just saw a random person and you said, this is the person I'm going to show a magic trick.
No, I went outside with intent. And I was like, fuck. I was so nervous. This is really hard. And even though the magic itself went well and everything, she was impressed and everything, I still felt so embarrassed.
Was she? I think that she was very confused after that. I'm pretty sure she repeated this story to her friends at least 5 times by this point. It's like this random guy walked up to me and just showed me a magic trick. Didn't want any money or anything, and he was really weird and very awkward. And he was like sweating, and it's like almost like he was being followed by some dangerous people or something. And to this day, I'm wondering if it was really a cry for help or it was just a random dude making some magic on the street.
Well, so I remember that she was older than me. I was, still young. I don't remember middle school or high school. Maybe. I don't remember. Wouldn't it be funny? And she was older than me. Wouldn't it be funny if we meet up tomorrow or,
And
next
you get
day,
married.
and we get married. And, she tells us, oh yeah, I remember this. And I told her, yes, he used to do magic. Oh yeah, I remember this guy that was very weird came up to me. What a weirdo. Definitely wasn't me.
What a weirdo. You want to see a magic trick?
I did the same magic trick.
Such a pivotal moment in your development.
Because basically I blocked that memory for the longest time.
Oh man. It was such a good one. It's a very novel memory. You should really keep that one.
My cabbages!
I watched lots of video essays about movies, TV shows, anime.
I'm so sick of video essays about movies. They're just fucking everywhere. Like, could you try doing something original for once?
I mean, they tried to do an original spin or something.
I was like, oh, but how many people do we really need to analyze Fight Club? It's like my question.
Fair enough. And usually they're very good at the thumbnail and title. Okay. Do you care about a show called Vikings?
Nah, I started watching it, but kind of just not really that interested.
So the same as me, because I also saw the first season. So can I tell you a major spoiler?
Yeah, whatever.
One of the thumbnails I recommended this video essay YouTube channel. It's like how to kill your main protagonist. And thumbnail it was Ned Stark and the main guy in Vikings. Like, I was really kind of mad, even though I had no intention to watching Vikings.
I was mad for the rest of the people.
So yeah, Ragnar Lothbrok.
He dies. But if anybody knows any history, they already know that he died.
But Christy, my former classmate, he said that he did look into it a bit. And he said that historically he does die, but it's not sure in what way.
Okay.
And the show chose one of the possibilities, which is he was kidnapped and then he was thrown into a pit of snakes.
That's what a way to go. Snakes in Norway? Must have spent a lot of time collecting all those snakes. I was like, how would you wish to execute the enemy of the state? Throw him into a pit of snakes. A pit of snakes, sir? But it's gonna take us a week to collect all those snakes.
A week? This is 1400, 1300.
It's before that. This was way before that. This is like Crusader Kings era right here.
So,
it's like 900 something.
This is 900 AD Scandinavia. It's gonna take 5 months to get all those snakes.
And we're just showing our ignorance because little do we know Norway is filled with snakes. Just snakes everywhere. Can't take 2 steps without stepping on a snake. You know that flag, "Don't Tread on Me"? Originated in Norway.
My cabbages!
I guess it's just kind of fucked up going to funeral while listening to Pink Season.
I think it was pretty fucked up. You're fucked up. You're insane.
We already established that.
What if I go to your funeral listening to Pink Season? What if I blast it out of my boombox over your
While I was at the funeral,
casket?
I was thinking, like, I don't want my funeral to be like this. As in, for people to stand in the cold for an hour. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's
If
why I want to
anything-
be cremated, so everybody can sit around a nice warm fire.
If anything, I would want to be cremated, and not the priest, but the guy who hands you over the urn.
Yeah.
Like, go long, catch! If anything, that's what I want.
That's what you want. And what if they don't catch?
I don't care, because I'm dead.
From dust to dust. To pomegranates from pomegranates.
My cabbages!
You've been here 5 hours?
Yeah.
You've been recording for 5 hours.
Yeah.
You really think I'm going to listen to all that garbage?
This is what I'm about to say. Are we gonna listen to all of it?
I'm just going to skim through it most of the time. I'm just going to skim through most of it anyway.
Should we give it like a...
We should be using claps more often.
Should we like half of it I'm gonna listen and you're the next half? Or vice versa?
Maybe. you listen to the other half so you can hear yourself on your
Oh my god, I don't want. I hate myself listening. I hate listening to myself when I'm sober.
Well, wait until you hear yourself drunk. Oh boy. That's gonna be a treat.
So then I'm speaking normally.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm drunk now, so it's different. But
Sure.
sober.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very easily understandable.
Yeah.
But when I listen to myself recorded, I'm like, if I wasn't myself, I couldn't understand myself.
If I wasn't myself, I couldn't understand myself. Now put that on a shirt.
Oh, forget it.
How are we going?
Alright. Quit the recording. Kids, just thank you for listening. Don't forget to be yourself, love your life, love your family, and you know what else to do. Let me see, I haven't been recording this entire time. Stop!